when you put a group of fanboys in a room with a mic? From video games, comics, and movies to uncensored social commentary, nothing is off limits. With your hosts, Pistol Pete Jr., The Blue Guy, Chuck Ditch, G-Roll, and Player 2. This is The Real Press Start. So sit down, load up, log in, and press start.
Welcome to the Peter and How podcast.
Oh, yes, we are back. Time for you to get them headphones in and whip them Peters out. Because it is the Petering Out podcast with your host, Pistol Pete Jr., Chuck Didge, and the infamous Jeezy Weezy, a.k.a. Kitten Dick.
And the neighbor dog.
And that fucking asshole dog. He doesn't like us. I'm sure if we got to get to know each other, we would be friends, but he's an asshole.
Secret intro.
We could just do some. We could spitball here. We could do our Adult Swim Festival review.
It was a fun time.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Death Clock was dope.
4 stars out of 5. 4.5 stars.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm definitely gonna go next year. Get the early.
I'm just curious. I'm curious who they're gonna have next year.
Yeah.
You think Death Clock will be there again next year?
I don't know. They weren't there last year.
Did they have one last year? Or
I think last year was the first. I think this is the second one. Eric Andre was there last year too. And then apparently Death Clock is the first time they performed in like 7 years or something like that.
Over.
Yeah.
They were great though.
Yeah. They were really impressive. I think it's because you don't expect much out of them. Because they're like a comedy show, cartoon.
Yeah.
But like they're like some of their songs.
Pretty legit,
some of their songs are really like technical and advanced, like super advanced and shit. You know?
Yeah.
You're like, wow.
Yeah, some of their songs are impressive as shit. And they didn't even do like they did one song from that. Their latest album was the most like technical of them, like most like legit. Like this is actually like a music album. And that was that one song that they did from that album. I think they might have did another one when we left.
The one you're talking about that like blew us away.
Yeah. But 2 Chainz was dope as fuck. Even Staples was dope.
Half a 2 Chainz set was good.
Yeah.
He brought up some like new guys.
Yeah. Well, he played all the hits, right? I think he had a couple of other songs that he didn't do.
Yeah.
Or like he's on features, a lot of good features. But he played some feature songs, right? Like he played Big Banks, because I think that's YG's song.
Yeah, he did play a song. He played another feature.
He did his verse.
I can't remember the name of the song.
Yeah. Yeah, so he had a lot more hits that he could have did, but he did like 30 minutes of hits that everybody knows.
Yeah. And then he brought out some
fucking
up and comers.
Some whack. Yeah. The new guys, I mean, every time there's new guys, you're like, these guys suck. But like 10 years from now, they get good.
Yeah.
Like Drake, I didn't like Drake when he first came out.
I think it's probably because when they're first coming out, they're more like emulating.
Yeah.
Other rappers.
And they don't find their niche.
Not doing their own thing.
Yeah. It's just experience too. Once you get your experience. But yeah, a lot of the guys that I didn't like back in the day when they first came out, now like I'm a big fan of them. Like I hated Drake's that like shit. Like what was that one? The one that goes, so many people around here that I didn't know last year.
Oh,
Who the fuck are y'all? I hated that song, dude. I was like, this is stupid. Like everybody liked it.
Yeah.
I was like, this shit doesn't even, like, listen to it. It doesn't even rhyme or anything.
Yeah, he's just and
then his voice,
talking.
like his voice too, with that, who the fuck are y'all? It's like this was not even trying. Yeah. But now, dude, that was last album was like one of the best hip hop albums like ever.
Yeah, for sure.
I think just one of the best albums because it's rare that when you get any artist releases an album and like you could pretty much listen to the whole album, like without, and being like, oh, I'll listen to this song again, or this is a good song.
Yeah.
You listen to the whole album, to where like you don't just like, oh, this song sucks. I don't like. There's only 4 songs.
Yeah, you usually skip over.
There's always like 4 songs maybe, especially because that one was like a 19 track. Isn't it like, or 20 something, like
I don't know
24?
how many tracks
It was a lot of tracks. Normally, like an album like that, you're like, there's like 4 songs on there that are hits, and you're like, the rest I could do without.
Yeah.
But for the whole, for like at least 90% of the album to be like good, that's like.
Did it just come out this year, or was it last year that it came out?
It either came out beginning of this year or end of last year. No, I think it came out last year. Because I remember we were playing. I think it came out like before Jello's birthday last year, when she turned 18.
Yeah.
Because we were listening to some of the tracks from it on there. I think it had just come out like a couple months before that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, when she turned 18.
So he's probably due for another album soon.
Mm-hmm. Well, he released a few tracks that were good too. That Money in the Grave song is dope. Well, that's only one, but that song's really good. The other ones are alright. He did that one that was like Behind Bars. It's okay. And then he released another one with the Money in the Grave. It was alright.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah. But I think he's just doing a lot of features right now. Until he has the album.
Yeah, probably.
Which is the smart thing to do, is you do features while you're working on your album.
Yeah, I like Vince Staples.
His set.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah.
Before that, but
I only know like two or three of his songs, and I really like those songs. But his whole shit you could dance to. And it was gangsta.
It's gangsta.
Yeah, he knows how to get the crowd going too. Like the whole crowd was into that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare that like a rapper gets everybody like dancing and shit. Like 2 Chainz was for the first half hour.
Right. You play songs that everybody knows.
Yeah, but Vince Staples crushed the whole time.
Yeah.
And he did his best song at last, the best song for last too.
True.
A lot of the acts though, they did all their best shit the first like 40 minutes, and then it kind of dropped off.
Yeah, they tapered off instead of
saving it for the end.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of hitting it, going for a big hit at the end.
Which was okay with me because I would get tired and
Yeah, you'd be like, fuck.
And then the songs that they're playing aren't like that good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yeah, let's go walk around.
That's how I felt with Health. Like, I felt like the first song was cool. I'm like,
yeah,
this is cool.
Yeah,
and
they kind of.
And then I was like, all right, I'm over it.
Yeah, they did drop off the first like 2 or 3 songs, and then they played that one from Max Payne, and then after that it was alright. I thought they had a girl singer. I didn't know it was a guy.
Oh yeah, I'm not into that either. When the guy has like an overly feminine voice.
Yeah, I thought it was a girl. That's why I liked them, because I always thought it was a girl singer. I was like, oh, this. But it's not. I still like them.
Yeah, it just kind of throws you off. You're like, oh, especially when you don't know. You're just like, oh, like, is this guy just a stand-in?
Or that Rhapsody
singer
too?
just couldn't come today, or what?
When I first heard Rhapsody, I thought it was a guy.
Really?
Yeah, like because I heard her music, not hearing her or not seeing her.
She doesn't sound like a guy to me though.
I don't know. When you hear her songs, because some rappers sound they have a high pitch like voice, like especially now, like JID. Even Vince Staples has like a little higher pitch voice.
Yeah. And
I thought she was just like one of those young dudes with a higher voice. And then I found out she was a girl. I was like, oh damn, because she's as good as the guys are. Usually female rappers, I'm like, they're whack.
Yeah.
Like Nicki Minaj is like so far and beyond a lot of the rappers, and she's not even that good, you know.
Yeah.
Like she's okay. But she like this girl's like Rhapsody. She could hang with the dudes and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah. But even her, she dropped off a little bit too. She started strong and then started dropping off.
True. Who else was there? Tierra Whack? I didn't pay attention.
No,
I
we
never
went
saw
to go get a pack.
Yeah, we were walking around, but I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, it didn't sound too good. There was a lot of people there though watching her. That was the only other one we missed, huh? And then after that was.
Yeah, we were pretty much there for the whole time.
After that was 2 Chainz, I think. TRY, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember waiting in line and some guy was always 2 Chainz out there. Oh shit, 2 Chainz is out there. And then I looked at the screen and
2 Chainz.
yeah, and I was like, oh, what the fuck, he's out there? And then I looked at the screen and she was still out there. So I was like, fucking lying fool, lying ass fool.
No, he probably saw the screen that said up next 2 Chainz. He's like,
yeah.
oh, he's gonna be up there.
Yeah.
We gotta get down there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's rare that I go to a place and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go next year.
Yeah.
But
We felt that way about PSX. And we
Yeah,
just didn't do that.
that's
We
true.
just haven't done it.
Yeah, yeah, they haven't done it since. Yeah, that's true. When we did the PSX, I was like, yeah, I can't wait till next time. But there hasn't been that many like the games. It's weird how the games have been coming out lately. Like they're staggering their releases a lot more instead of.
Well, I think they're just trying to slow down because they have the next gen coming out.
Yeah, but even before that, like normally all the like almost all the games come out in November or October, like September, November, October.
Uh-huh.
Like that's when all the new games, like any of the big titles.
No, a lot of games came out this month.
Yeah, but I mean before, like back in the day, like they would all like wait till this time because of the holiday sales.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays it seems like they release them like in the spring more now, or they stagger them behind big titles, so their game doesn't get lost from the hype of the other games.
Right.
But back in the day, they would just do it all in near the end of the year, and then E3 would be a huge thing because there's all these new games that nobody's.
Yeah, and they're all
nobody's
coming
got
out at
a
the same
chance to-
time.
Yeah, they all come out at the same time. But it's not like that anymore. It's like, okay, now we got E3 coming up, but there's only 3 or 4 games, big titles that you're excited about.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the other ones already came out. You're already playing Call of Duties. You're already playing,
Right.
all the shit. You're already playing fucking.
This month, like 4 big games came out though.
Yeah.
We got Call of Duty, Outer Worlds, Death Stranding, and Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big one right there.
It's pretty cool that there's some there's new names in that. It's not just like GTA.
Yeah.
Fucking Call of Duty. But there's Death Stranding, the Star Wars game.
I guess Call of Duty is October, actually. They said Call of Duty got most sales in October, and then now they're already best-selling game of the year.
Yeah, didn't they say that they outsold every other Call of Duty before that? Like,
I don't know. I
think
don't know.
combined or something. It said.
No, definitely not combined.
Or I think it was just not every Call of Duty.
Because every year Call of Duty is the best-selling game of the year.
I don't think it was every Call of Duty. I think it was every Modern Warfare or something like that.
Mm.
I think it outsold every Modern Warfare combined or something.
Yeah.
Just on the release, I think.
Yeah, I think like every year Call of Duty is like the best-selling game of the year, except for like the years that GTA comes out.
Yeah.
And then.
What about Red Dead? Did Red Dead?
I don't think.
I think it did. Didn't it?
I don't think for the year though. Like I think Call of Duty might have sold more in those 2-3 months than Red Dead did in the month and a half.
I don't know. There was a lot of hype on Red Dead. Like everybody was talking about it when it came out.
Yeah.
Like even people who don't, like mainstream people.
Right.
Like there was a bunch of cowboy shit coming out. Like it was almost like a renaissance of cowboy renaissance. Like a little mini cowboy renaissance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's suddenly a big interest in cowboys arises after Red Dead comes out.
I'm surprised how. I mean, it was like it's pretty raunchy, but it's not. It's not as raunchy as Rockstar's. Like they've lost like their shit used to be real raunchy, you know, like GTA 3.
You're saying they lost their edge card?
Yeah, yeah. They're way softer than they used to be.
Yeah, they're probably over it, or maybe just their brand, their idea of being offensive and edgy just isn't as offensive or edgy anymore.
Well, they're being more like pandering, kind of like even your like back in the day, like your character, he's not like all good, you know.
Yeah.
Like even if you choose to play like a good person, like the story, there would be decisions that you make in the story that you like this character. He's like kind of a shitty dude.
Yeah.
You know, like he makes real shitty.
Yeah.
He does shitty.
They tried to do that with Arthur for like a second, and then he was just a good guy throughout the story. Really.
Yeah.
I think even as like if you choose to be a bad guy, like he
still has morals. Like
yeah, he makes generally good decisions.
yeah. Yeah, like he still like robs people and shit.
Right, but he's never robbing people just to rob them, right?
Yeah, it's to survive. It's to survive because they're like trying to leave and just live how they want to live.
Right, but isn't the whole thing like he'll rob from other criminals or whatever?
That's how they started, I think. Supposedly, that's how they were started, and then they started getting like Dutch started just robbing. But that's how. But Arthur's still like that. Like he's that's like the whole thing. Like he's still fighting Dutch. Yeah, yeah. He's
like
still
kind of throughout the whole thing. Like, why are we doing this? This isn't how we do things.
Yeah. It's weird too when you're actually playing shitty, and then he's like what do you call it? Criticizing Dutch. And like you're just going around killing people. Like when I played it the second time, I would just do like I was playing it as bad.
This makes him look like a big hypocrite.
Yeah. Or like there'll be times where you like if you kill a lot of people or whatever, and then you go to the camp, that she'll be like, "Hey, I keep hearing." In articles of somebody going around killing everybody, kind of sounds like you.
wait, he would say that? Or?
Yeah, he would, like, you know how they come up to you randomly and start talking to you?
Uh-huh.
He would come up to you and he's like, there's somebody out there who keeps killing random people, and it sounds a lot like you. He's like, we don't need that attention on us. And he gets mad. And he's like, it's not me, Dutch.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like Emerald Ranch, you could just like take over that whole. Like, you could just kill everybody.
You just kill everybody.
And like leave no witnesses, and like you don't even get in trouble because you killed everybody.
Yeah.
Like those challenges. Like there was a challenge where you had to stick up 5 people and rob them like that.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'll just go to Emerald Ranch. If I can, stick them up, kill them, and then go to the next one.
Nobody came.
Nobody. None of my wanted levels went up because I killed everybody.
It's fucking funny.
Yeah, once you learn the wanted system on that game, it gets a lot more fun because you could just, or once you learn how to, like even in Saint Denis where there's like a cop on every fucking corner.
Yeah.
Like once you learn how to evade them good, like you're like this shit's fucking, this is fucking way better than GTA as far as the cops. Like.
Yeah.
But at first, when I first played it,
GTA, like they just spawn. They'll just like spawn in front of you,
and they know exactly where you're at,
no matter what.
Yeah. Like with the bounty hunters, they have to track you pretty much. Like they basically track you, like they track your footsteps and shit.
Yeah.
They're never just like, oh, he's right behind that tree.
Nah, sometimes I feel like they're still like that, but
no, there's times where I've hit
definitely.
This time I hid in a bush and they were just like going around looking for, or I had just killed some O'Driscolls and I was hiding in the camp, and they were like looking around, like couldn't find me. I was hiding behind the thing, and then somehow they saw me eventually because I wasn't that good of cover. I was just hiding behind a wagon.
I saw your feet.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
I wonder if they're gonna do any more Red Deads down the line.
They might. They could always do one with John's son.
I wonder if Red Dead is also a metaphor for their style of gaming. the way they're running from like civilization. It could be the same how their game started, where like like everybody hated them, like mainstream hated them. They were always trying to get their games like criminalized, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hillary was always like fucking trying to go after them directly.
Yeah, always blaming them.
Yeah.
For whatever.
Yeah, and then
political.
And then nowadays
issue.
they've actually like they are kind of neutered. Like they had to die, or like how Arthur dies on that hill. Like he basically dies on the hill, like like as a metaphor of, you know, when people die, like on Twitter where they have arguments and they choose to stand their ground, and everybody like they get canceled. They call that you die on that hill, that argument.
Right.
So like, and that's kind of what happened with Arthur. You know, he died on that hill that he chose to live his life.
Shit.
So that could have been a metaphor for their game.
Yeah, that could be. It's like they gave in.
Yeah. The storyline is so good though. I mean, it's about redemption, like, and every character in that game, like, they do shitty shit, and they redeem themselves somehow. Like even John, even Dutch, like Dutch redeems himself at the end. He gives the money to he gives like $30,000 to John at the end.
Oh yeah, he just gives it away. He just
gives him all the gold and shit.
Yeah.
And then Arthur redeems himself by helping. He gives all his money to John too.
Yeah.
He gives him his money. He helps him escape. Even if you're bad, he still gives him all the money and helps him escape. But if you're good, he helps him escape even more. Like even better. But but John, like, okay.
When you're bad, doesn't Micah kill you like all brutally?
Yeah, I think he shoots you in the back. Or he stabbed him. Oh, or maybe he stabbed him in the back, and then I think he just dies from the. He's about to shoot him, and I think Dutch comes and stops him, and then you die from the like knife wound.
All right.
Instead of just dying from the tuberculosis. And then, yeah, but John, like, okay, Dutch gives him all the money, and then he helps him kill Micah, and then John still like betrays Dutch by coming after him after that, in the game in Red Dead Redemption 1. You know.
I thought Dutch dies when they're escaping.
Why?
Oh yeah, no, Dutch dies in Red Dead.
Red Dead Redemption 1.
Yeah.
Because the FBI or whatever.
Yeah, they force John to do it.
Yeah, they force John to do it, and then he goes and hunts them all down, and then they still kill John at the end.
Yeah.
So like if anything, he kind of deserved it. Because he like how are you gonna go after Dutch after he gave you all that money?
Yeah.
And helped you kill the guy that you were after?
Yeah.
Even though, yeah, sure, he fucked up before that, and like he didn't have Arthur's back, but he did redeem himself.
Yeah.
And then you still fucking go after him. Like, so John's like kind of turns out to be shitty.
Yeah. They went after everybody.
Yeah. After Javier. I think Javier is like the only one that survives though. I don't think he even gets Javier. I think he lets Javier.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Who else was there?
Or all those other like side characters survive, like the girls and
Yeah.
what's his name? The cook. What's that guy's name? Peterson.
Pearson, yeah.
He works at the one. He works at.
Is he just like a butcher or something?
No, he goes. He does one of the general stores at the end.
Okay.
If you go there, he owns that. He owns one of the general stores in Rhodes.
Oh.
If you go to Rhodes, he's there, and he's like, "Hey, John." And he talks about you about the old days. I don't know who else you ran. I ran into Eagle Flies as John. To the hot girl. The writer or whatever.
The writer?
Yeah, I think Beth was her name.
Oh, the one that Arthur was with? Was...
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know who else you could run into.
Did you want to run into the blonde chick? What's her name?
The fat one?
No, the one who became an outlaw with him.
Oh, Sadie?
Sadie, yeah.
Well, yeah, you have the... Well, she leaves, right? She's in the end. What is the prologue?
An epilogue.
Epilogue, yeah, the epilogue. Remember, she helps you kill Micah, too.
Yeah, but so you don't ever see her in a...
You don't see her around. She leaves... Oh, in Red Dead? No, I don't think so. Because I think she goes to... I forget where she goes. I think she moved to Mexico or something.
Yeah.
Or Cuba or something like that. To be a bounty hunter, too.
Yeah, she was one of the best characters.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was like my favorite. And the Indian guy.
Which one, the young guy? Or the
Charles?
oldest?
Charles. The Native American.
The older one?
Yeah, not the son. No, he got the son. Not the one that was in there. He's half black, half Native American.
Oh, okay,
Charles.
okay. I thought you were talking about like the actual
No. Yeah, I like
Native American.
Eagle Flies in this. Eagle Flies was cool too. He's a good character.
Yeah, Charles.
Charles.
What happened to him? You don't see him?
Yeah,
Or does he
he's in
die?
the epilogue too. He helps you go. Him. It's. Remember, he helps.
Yeah, I remember you find out you were fighting with him, or no, he
Bare
was
knuckle.
he was
Yeah.
bare knuckle boxing or whatever.
He helps John build his house, and then he helps you go to get Micah, and then he moves to he moved to Canada, and to make his own family and stuff.
Okay, so
And
yeah,
then
so you
Sadie.
don't see him in
Yeah, and then Sadie moved to like Mexico. I wonder what happened. Is Uncle in the?
Uncle's in Red Dead.
He's in Red Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Uncle just stays in.
Yeah,
He
Uncle's in
stays
Red
with
Dead.
John. I wonder what happens to him in that. I never played the Red Dead. I just watched like the
I think
explanation about it.
I can't remember if Uncle dies or not. I think he does die.
Oh, really?
He dies at the same time. I think he dies in the fight. Like he fights with John against the government at the very end. I think Uncle dies first,
Oh, wow.
if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I could see that. That's such a good game.
What he's like such a deadbeat throughout the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end, in the epilogue, he helped them build the house.
Yeah.
Even though he was lazy about it, he's still he's smarter than John at building the house. That's like,
Yeah.
That's just funny how he keeps like just talking shit to John. He's like, you're so stupid. And how far are you on Death Stranding?
I assume I'm at the end of chapter 3 somewhere.
How many? There's a lot of chapters on.
From what I heard, there's like 10 or 11 or
Yeah,
something.
I think 11 I saw.
I'm assuming like chapter 3 is one of the longest ones.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like, because supposedly it's only like a 40-hour game. It's like 40 hours
Uh-huh.
if you play out throughout the whole thing. I already got like 20 hours, but I'm like doing side shit. So,
But you're building all those roads.
yeah.
How do you do that? How do you build the roads? You have to get resources?
So roads specifically need chiral crystals,
You have to
steel.
harvest all those little crystals.
Steel, yeah.
You see it around.
Yeah. So I just keep scanning whenever I'm walking, and then I just pick them up.
Uh-huh.
And then you need ceramics and steel,
Uh-huh.
and the mule camps.
Have all that shit.
It seems like when you get into chapter 3,
Shit, there's a flagging formation right
shit. As soon as you get to chapter 3, you're like in the middle of America. You're like in like the middle states, and like the first area outside of the starting point of that spot, I guess.
Uh-huh.
There's like a mule camp.
Yeah.
That one has ceramics. Has a lot of ceramics when you knock them all out and you take all their post boxes.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that has like a bunch of steel. So I put a bunch of post boxes outside the encampments, and I just transfer them all into those post boxes, and then I transfer them back and forth to wherever I need to go. And then whenever I need more, I knock them out again, because when they respawn, they have more shit.
So those post boxes, they could transfer to...
They won't transfer to other post boxes, but they'll you stick on that post box, and that's why I put them outside the gate.
Uh-huh.
That way, I could just keep going to it. I don't trigger their fucking alarms or anything.
I get you.
If I have packages, because you only trigger their shit if you have packages. If you don't have any packages,
they don't know where you're at.
Yeah. So that's what you do. You go in without packages. You just tie them all up, and then you just take all their shit.
Yeah, the first time I did the meal cam, I didn't have anything.
I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be like more enemies, more like different types of mule enemies, but like they're pretty simple. Like they're pretty dumb.
Yeah.
The BTs are scary as fuck though.
Yeah, the BTs. The first time I had the mules was on that episode. Oh, that's that second chapter when you're going.
Yeah. The scariest part about the mules is just that sound they make when they find you. It sounds like those. Super soldiers in Metal Gear 5.
Oh.
Like remember whenever they would see you just hear like, it's very similar.
Yeah, they spotted me and then they come after me and then it started raining.
Yeah, and then they backed away. Yeah, that's supposed to happen.
That happens every time, or?
No, well, that's supposed to happen. That's like a story mission.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So they're supposed to find you basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then what else? But if it does rain, they'll all go back into their tent, into a big tent. There's like a big base area with a bunch of tents that they stay in there, and then you could effectively just take all the post boxes on the outside, and then if you try to get there's like usually one main post box in the camp, and then you would have to take them all out at that point. And it's pretty hard because they're all in one spot. Eventually, you get a gun that like ties people up, and it's easy. It becomes real easy at that point.
Fucking Peter, we're already halfway done with the show.
For real. You want to do a break?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
30 minutes.
Hey guys, really quick, just want to take a quick break to talk about Anchor. This is the app we're using to create this podcast right now. If you've ever thought about starting your own podcast, Anchor FM is awesome. When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had millions of questions. We had no idea how to do it. How to record an episode? It was a struggle. How do you find background music? We still don't have background music, but Anchor FM lets us do that. We just don't use it. How do I get my show posted? How do I get it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, all the other places people listen? Where do I find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcasts. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. My favorite thing is that everything is done in the app. You record, you edit, you post, everything's just right there. You know, when I'm not around, G-Roll's able to do it. And how easy is it?
It's easy.
There you go. So anchor.fm/start. Get your own podcast. If you're not doing it, you're wrong.
And we're back. Oh yes, Peter and Ann.
So what did you guys talk about so far? Should not see that before.
We talked about the festival. We talked about
Red Dead.
Or
Rockstar, I guess. Red Dead. And then we talked about...
What were we talking about Red Dead for, anyway?
Because we were talking about Rockstar, about how, like, they're kind of neutered now.
Oh, yeah, and then we started talking about Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I'm liking it so far. I haven't gotten too far into it, but...
What'd you get to?
Where did I get to? After I disposed of the body.
And then you get caught, or you get caught by that.
Yeah, I connected to the BB.
The first body, or...
Or did you go back to the capital after that?
Yeah, and then they gave me the orders.
BTs? With the BTs? The part where you leave after you burn the body?
Yeah, there's all the BTs everywhere, and then you go back and Amelie's there. You talk to Amelie. And then I went back to my room and drank a Monster.
Okay.
And then I literally just left. I just started picking up the packages for the next... After Die Hardman talks to you. And that's a terrible name, Die Hardman.
Die Hardman, yeah.
I mean, it's an awesome name, but at the same time, it's a terrible name.
Dead Man.
Yeah.
Well, his last name is Hardman.
Yeah.
And his nickname is Die.
The one thing,
But why?
the game itself is beautiful. The gameplay is awesome. I like it so far. The only thing that bothers me is those goddamn monsters. Like,
Why?
I don't know why. They're just like, okay, this is a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, but they also have like a bunch of crazy technology.
True, but like you don't see brands anywhere. Like they're like, well, at least it's anywhere so far. I haven't seen any other brand. But like there's
Oh, you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the BTs
But
as in monsters.
Kojima's
No,
had
no,
branded
I mean,
stuff in his show, in his.
Yeah, I know he always
He always
does.
has something in
Yeah,
his
like
games.
the calorie mates, and there's always something.
Yeah, there's always something.
But
I
for
think
whatever
that's all that is.
Yeah.
Is how he always does that.
And then Norman Reedus' show Ride. Yeah, I saw it because I hadn't pooped at the time. And Michael had said it. Then it's this billboard across him pooping.
Yeah. It goes, it's just a motorcycle noise to cover out the fucking. Like,
What the hell? But overall, I'm loving it. I mean, like, seriously, it's a beautiful fucking game. It's just, and I'm playing. And you're playing on the pro.
It's
so-
scary when you're going.
pro on a 4K monitor.
It's
Yeah,
scary
so
when you're
it's
going
This is
through.
fantastic.
When you're trying to go through a field of BTs and your stupid thing like keeps going off as you're walking.
What do you mean?
You're
Yeah, it'll be
trying to
going out.
sneak in, it's
It'll
like-
be spinning
it's
all
like-
fast as fuck on the right, and then you're like, all right, I'll go left, and it'll start
Yeah.
spinning fast as
Yeah,
fuck on the
yeah.
left. All right.
And then you're like I'm surrounded. There's literally no which way I can go.
But don't if you stay still, that's when you can see them, right?
I don't know when. Sometimes I think they just appear.
Because
and
I
go
noticed
away.
like I had to replay that body mission.
Or if you hold your breath, sometimes they disappear.
Yeah, when you hold your breath, they disappear. But like I
But
noticed,
sometimes when I hold my breath, they appear.
really,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so there's no.
Normally, if you
I
get,
saw on the thing that if you hold
normally if you
R1,
get close
you see it.
if you get close enough, they'll
They'll appear.
appear.
Okay, because I noticed when I was
But usually,
trying
if you're that close, it's too late, and you gotta run.
yeah, when I was sneaking around,
They're not terribly hard to get away from, though.
no, they're not.
When they see you,
Yeah,
you kind of just take off running. Huh?
yeah, and then you shake them off a couple
Yeah.
times, and
Yeah,
then once you get out of the black sludge area, then you try and hide again, or just slow play it again.
me and I told you about, I want to get one of my buddies on the show. That we're always talking like he's a huge Metal Gear fan like I am, so we've been talking about this game a lot. And we were talking. I have the same. We were talking about the same thing with the monsters about how it kind of like it's about. We came up with a theory. Where'd it go? Let me see here. It's funny too that the thing about how when he sits like he just chugs the hell like he grabs that monster and just like he chugs.
Yeah.
It's like who does that?
Yeah, his legs get
Yeah,
up
like-
on the thing, and
Like
it's,
he's like.
I like how he like winks at you and stuff when you're
yeah,
in the
he
waiting
looks-
room.
yeah. Have you had him like point to the shower? He like points to the shower. He's like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't seen
like when he's dirty as fuck.
like when you look at the toys, how he like looks at
Yeah,
you.
like he looks at you and,
And
then
then
he points back at him. Yeah.
Or sometimes he'll just like look at you and wink.
There was one thing I saw him do, like, and I don't know what he was pointing at, because he pointed at somebody, like he pointed at the door, then he pointed at the shower. But I had already like showered and gone to the bathroom and everything, so. But like he pointed at the door, like he was talking to somebody, then he pointed at the shower. And I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's like he'll mouth shit.
Yeah.
But like the one I always see, because I always go out and do a bunch of shit, and so like he gets all fucking dirty, and
Yeah.
I finally go back into a private room,
And he told me to.
and then he points to the shower, and he like does like this like praying
Yeah,
thing
like,
with
please.
his hands.
Yeah, like,
pleading.
please,
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
like,
go
so our theory on why monster energy is prevalent in the Death Stranding world, and why the canteen fills up with monster energy when the timefall comes.
Well, when the timefall comes, or when you
yeah.
walk through a river.
If you read the description of your canteen, it tells you like there's energy molecules in there to turn it into energy. But no, our theory is what happened was because there once there was an explosion, the whole thing in the beginning. The first explosion he talks about was a monster energy drink factory exploded while they were creating a experimental monster energy drink. It drained into the ocean. That's what killed all the animals. Then that evaporated again into the rainfall, and so it's really monster energy that's killing everybody and bringing everybody back. So the bodies are dying, but the energy, what do they call it? The energy mixture in the energy drink is actually bringing the BT is like
Back to life because it's so effective.
It's so effective. I got a lot of shit.
The Mandalorian is
Dude,
before the prequels, I'm telling you.
I think it's after. I think
Because he look at on number 2, this is what he does. He goes to they steal his shit. The scavengers steal his shit from his ship, so he has to get an egg to give to them. Yeah, he has to give an egg to give to them, and he gets it from this big rhino creature. And he has Yoda with him, and the rhino's beating the fuck out of him, and Yoda saves him by lifting the rhino up with his force powers.
So you think that's actually Yoda? You think it's Baby Yoda?
I think it's Yoda because it's before the prequels, and because so when he's going back to the ship at the end, he's talking to the guy that helps him, right?
But see,
And the guy that helps him goes, "So what happened?" And he's like, "I don't even know what happened." So like, if it was in between, they would know what the Force is. Everybody would know what the Force is.
Not necessarily though.
No, but there's always stories about the Force, right?
Everybody would know what they had
There's
no
no
idea what happened, so they didn't even know it was the Force. They had no idea what the baby did.
But see, at one point though,
If it was in the middle, they would know that this was a Force baby, or he's using the Force clearly to fucking lift shit. Because the Jedi's are famous. Everybody knows the Jedi's.
If it were after Episode 3, that's how it would be.
yeah.
People would know about it because there's a whole fucking
There's a whole
government
war, there's a whole
surrounded
war.
by the
There's a
Jedi.
whole war going on.
Like-
There's literally a whole war going on. The biggest war in the galaxy is going on, and they don't know what the Force is.
Doesn't Carl Weathers at one point remember when getting all the bounties?
He says that the Empire is gone.
He says they're post Empire credits.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that there could have been something before. This struggle could be going on. Could have been going on for all fucking eternity. It is basically
it
an
could
all
just be
eternity.
it's just an endless cycle.
It is an
of,
endless cycle.
Empire being in power versus
Yes.
Republic being in power to Empire being in power.
Exactly, just like the way the rebels became the Empire in the new one.
Yeah.
It's an endless struggle. It's always going on.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, just like 1 through 3, the Senate becomes the Empire.
Yeah.
Rebels defeat the Empire. Rebels then become the Empire.
And then if he was if he was a Jango or a Boba, he would be famous already.
Yeah, because he's a Mandalorian. He's not a clone.
Yeah.
Is Boba Fett supposed to be a clone?
So I'm pretty sure it's a.
No, well, Jango Fett was a clone.
Was it? I thought he was just his son. I thought he was.
Well,
Boba's
but
son.
he was a clone son. He was a clone that they didn't give the age acceleration to.
Oh, okay.
Because if you remember when he goes, he says, at one point they tell him, it's like, oh, we have the one that you asked for that's going to age at a normal rate.
You want to do the show inside so she's not all freaking
Yeah,
out?
we can. Let's pause it and we'll inside. Let's just go.
We'll just walk and talk.
Okay, well, we can do that too.
Walk it like you're talking. What were you saying?
About Jango Fett being a clone?
Yeah, he was a clone.
Yeah, he was a clone that was trying to give him the age acceleration.
Yeah, because I remember seeing like they had thousands of them.
Sushi, come on. Go get it. And we're back one more time.
So I think it's prequel. I think it's before the prequels.
That's a good theory.
I think it's more plausible that it's before the prequels, at least so far.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they ever actually said like, oh, this is this timeline or no.
No, they haven't.
No, they just tell it.
I thought they did, but
I like that they're doing that though, like leaving it up.
I always thought it was supposed to be like a Boba Fett thing, not necessarily just like a Mandalorian thing.
in terms of Star Wars years, Return of the Jedi is set for ABY after the Battle of Yavin. The Force Awakens is set 34 years ABY. The Mandalorian takes place around 9 ABY.
So it's before.
It's after Return of the Jedi.
So
Because
it's
this-
What says that?
This is on Time Magazine.
So it's between 6 and 7.
That's what it sounds like.
Like nobody knows anything.
I don't believe that. But where are they getting their information from? Disney?
I don't know.
Or are they just inferring it from the one episode that came out? You know?
Favreau has said the Mandalorian is set 5 years after the fall of the Empire in Return of the Jedi, and 25 years before the rise of the First Order. So this is from the director.
Uh-huh.
So it's
So
after.
that's a different. That's not Yoda.
That's not Yoda.
I still don't. I think it would be better if that was Yoda.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
what are the odds that like there's very few of these creatures, and you just have another one out of nowhere?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but then you haven't seen another character like Yoda, so I mean, it kind of like okay, well, let's bring another one out. So
Was Dagobah supposed to be Yoda's home planet?
I don't think so. I think that's where he was just hiding.
That's just
out.
where he went to.
That's where he went to hide. It was one of those. It was a uncharted planet. Just like okay, so right now I'm playing the Lost Order, and the first thing like the Lost Order, like so far the gameplay's pretty dope. I should say that right away. It plays again. I told you guys over text. It plays a lot like the Force Awakens, but there's more exploration. Like initially when I first like the first like the tutorial mission, it was like
Force Unleashed.
Or Force Unleashed. I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna be like because Force Unleashed was very on the rails, where it's like okay, it's free roam, but you're stuck in these like hallways.
Yeah, I hear it's a lot like God of War, like
Yeah.
like it's kind of on rails, but there's a like middle like exploration,
Yeah, there's like it's like
like a central hub.
It's sandboxing, where it's like okay, like you're in because each planet has only so much you can explore on it,
Right.
and so much you can do. The combat is a lot. The combat feels good. The combat feels really good. I like it a lot.
I heard it's very Dark Soulsy.
It kind of is, yeah, yeah. Right now, I was playing it on the easy mode because I was actually having Jasmine play it because she wanted to play it more than anything. So I just wanted to let her play it. So I had it on because like their difficulty levels are story mode, then it's like Jedi, and then Jedi Master. The story mode is like literally they tell you okay, so the parry window, like they have bars. The parry window is maxed out.
So you can just parry no matter what.
Yeah, you
as
can
long
just
as
like
you press the button.
as long as you hit the parry button, yeah. And then like the damage and everything is all like
It's master like that. It's like that.
yeah. Master is the opposite. It's like the damage you take is almost maxed out. The damage while blocking is like halfway, and then parry window like ding, like a little tiny, and then Jedi is kind of everything's central.
Yeah.
But that one takes place like the first thing is like the whole thing is you're building a new Jedi Order, and this one supposedly takes place after Mandalorian, but before the Force Awakens.
As a Mandalorian?
Huh?
He's a Mandalorian?
No. It takes place after the Mandalorian, but before Force Awakens.
Oh, they said it takes place as a Mandalorian.
No.
I'm like, oh.
And so at one point you go to a planet like this off the grid it's not mapped anywhere, kind of like what Dagobah was, where it's an unmapped planet to go and like rebuild. There's a Jedi temple there that you need to go and find other like there's a list that you have to find of known Force
Users.
yeah, Force users, but like children, so you can raise them up to
Oh.
become Jedi.
Oh, okay.
So and I think that'll probably feed into how Luke has restarted the temple or the school
Oh, okay.
at some point. But so far I'm liking it. The gameplay, like I said, and the traversal, it's a lot of climbing, a lot of jumping, and then you learn skills like as you like I just learned how to wall run, and so there's things like that you learn that help out in the game, which is cool. But yeah,
It sounds typical.
I think you'll like it. If
Right.
you
I mean, it's a typical action game.
yeah, but no, so far the story is good, interesting as well though.
No, it looked a lot better from the first trailer.
Yeah.
I'll probably wait until Death Stranding's done with.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm gonna finish Death Stranding before I
To
finish
me-
this one. I was just
I don't really. I could play. I'm sure I played it. I enjoy it, but I don't really.
I think
I don't really care to spend all the time to play it.
yeah. Well, see, that's why they have like that thing like story mode where it's like you can just play through it pretty quickly. You don't have to do all the collectibles. To go back to Mandalorian and Disney Plus, really. So Disney Plus started November 12th is when it came online. Have you guys had any issues connecting at all?
No, I haven't tried yet.
Well, yeah. Well, how'd you watch Mandalorian?
But Angelo's.
Oh, but no. I mean, but have you had any issues when you were watching it?
No, I don't think so.
I've had minimal issues. I've had no disconnect. Like I haven't been disconnected at all. And I haven't had any issues getting on, like accessing Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
The few issues I've had every once in a while, and I don't know if it's my internet, it could be just my slow Wi-Fi or whatever. But what happens is I'll be watching a show or a movie or whatever, and it'll freeze, but the dialogue is still going. and then all of a sudden it'll rewind and jump back to right before it froze, and then it'll go again. And the one other thing is every once in a while I don't do that, and then I'll say, oh, we've encountered errors. But Netflix is the same thing to me, where it's like we've encountered an error.
I haven't encountered anything like that. For me, like my biggest issue is I don't watch it on the computer, so just the website. Most of the shows I was watching, they don't go to the next episode automatically.
Really?
Like I would have to tab out and then and then click on the next episode.
No, that's weird because you see the app does it. Like when I was watching Runaways, it just automatically went to the next episode. And then, that's what the thing I was gonna say. I like about that they're doing is they're actually releasing, like, so Mandalorian, there's only 2 episodes out right now. So you, like, because a lot of times too, like when you just binge watch everything and like it takes away that anticipation, it takes away that feeling of what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, but that feeling sucks too.
It does, but like, it's still
it sucks either way. But for me, I like more like after, because like I'll watch the whole show and then it's like, fuck, I gotta wait a whole year for the next episode, where like there's something to look forward to every week.
Yeah.
So by the time the show is over, let's say 10 episodes every week, so 2.5 months.
Yeah.
So you have like that's 2 less months that you have to wait because you didn't just blow a wall through it.
Yeah, and the thing too, I think too, I like is that you have more time to like kind of digest. Because when you binge watch something, you just like there's certain episodes get lost in the mix, or certain things. But I think like this way, it's like you're digesting each episode after you watch it.
Yeah.
And then and speaking of episodes,
Netflix is gonna start doing that too with certain shows.
Yeah, that's what they said they were doing too.
Certain shows, and some it depends. I think how the show's done.
Yeah.
You think they'll do that with Witcher? Sounds like something they do with Witcher.
They'll probably do that with Witcher. Yeah.
When does Witcher come out?
December.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Was it 12th or 20th?
I think it's the 12th.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Jeff Goldblum show?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I saw a little bit. It's pretty good. All right.
I liked it a lot. It's just he's so weird.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
He was more weird in the first episode than he was in the second.
I haven't seen the second episode. I only saw
The first one, the one with the shoes.
The first one's about the sneakers. Second one's about ice cream.
Oh, cool.
And I think it's because he just didn't he doesn't know shit about shoes. So it's just like being weird.
Yeah.
Or he's being more over the top. But
Yeah.
He's more like ice cream. Like everybody knows.
Everyone knows about ice cream. Yeah. And with shoes too, I think the other thing too, like he doesn't really have an interest in shoes. It's not like it's like, oh, I'm like what bothered me about the shoe thing is like, oh, the shoe culture and the shoe that like there's no shoe culture. Like, okay, yeah, there's shoes, but shoe culture, like
No, it's a shoe culture.
I don't know. The way they were making it seem like it was
like art culture.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there's definitely a shoe culture.
It was weird to me that
or industry.
Is it? Yeah.
I would refer to it as industry.
But the way that one dude that made the deal at the end, like when he asked him, like, "Hey, can you talk to camera so I can make the deal?"
Yeah, that was stupid.
I was like, "Shut up! It's fucking shoes."
I know, you're just buying shoes. Sure.
But like the way he was talking about it, like it was like this whole like,
like you guys are just doing a deal. It's not like and it's not like you guys are selling drugs.
Yeah. It's like it's somebody to suck his dick for these shoes. Like,
unless some of them are fake.
Yeah.
And you know that they're fake. And you don't want the camera to see that you guys talk about like, oh, these are fake, these are fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit's fake, so you need half the price.
So overall, I like the show. The show was good. I liked it. Like he's
like
interesting.
Mr. Rogers.
What's that?
It's like Mr. Rogers.
Jeff Goldblum?
The show.
Oh, I can see that kind of like where it's.
That was like half the Mr. Rogers show where he would go and like.
Yeah.
Well, not him. Yeah, he would. Huh?
Yeah, he would.
Go in and deal, basically educate you about an industry, make it interesting.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me see here. I got 2 more things about Disney Plus. People are mad about The Simpsons being on Disney Plus. The way they are being displayed is so the older episodes, they weren't widescreen episodes. They were made for old school square tube TVs, right? So But Disney is putting them all widescreen. They're putting them all in the widescreen format,
looks weird.
which cuts off the top and bottom of the screen.
Uh-huh.
And so there's a lot of jokes. Like there's an episode when they go to the Duff factory, and like they're looking at these vats. It's Duff Light, and Duff Dry.
Mm-hmm.
But in the actual episode, there's one pipe that splits into three.
It just looks like Duff, and Duff.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
so
it's all the same flavor.
they're all the same. It's the same beer, but they're putting in three different flavors,
Okay.
making people like and selling it as three different beers.
Uh-huh.
So that's the joke. You're missing that joke because it's cut off in the
Right.
Disney Plus episodes.
Uh-huh.
Disney has made a statement they are going to fix it, but it's not going to be fixed until 2020.
I hate how they're removing scenes too from old shit.
No, they're not.
I thought they
No.
say that they removed
No,
some racist jokes and shit.
People were upset. Well, people were getting upset about like Dumbo and certain things like that. Disney has put a warning ahead of everything.
Yeah, I heard the warning, but I heard that they were removing them.
Oh, I don't know. I
I
haven't
heard some
heard.
of the stuff that they took scenes out.
I haven't heard of them removing any scenes. They,
Yeah, I heard.
from what I heard, they have a warning saying a lot. This
The
this
warning, I don't have
feature.
a problem with the warning.
Yeah, no, I don't have a warning
But I
problem
have a
with the warning
problem
either.
if they're removing scenes and taking out shit. I think that's what I heard, that they're taking out from old stuff when the bar was a lot lower.
Yeah, well, no, see, what I heard is just, like I said, they're just putting the warning. And the other thing about the warning, but see, people are upset about the warning now too, because like now, like, because Disney, what they do is okay, you put it on, and like it's kind of like, you know, when you watch TV and it's like this is intended for mature, and it just fades in and fades out.
Yeah.
Whereas like Warner Brothers on their app, like, you know, like old school like Looney Tunes, and like I think some of the Tom and Jerry stuff is under Warner Brothers right now too. But they have stuff that's like literally it's a warning that says, because the Disney warning says, I'll tell you what it says right now. Hold on. The Disney warning says, this program is presented as originally created. It may contain outdated cultural depictions. That's it. That's all it says. That's what the warning says, right? Which I'm cool with.
Yeah.
So Warner Brothers one says, like, where'd it go? This has racial stereotypes. This content,
Calling a spade a spade.
yeah,
Disney's going around.
Disney's, yeah, and that's what people are complaining about. They're saying, why aren't you saying it's being racist? It's like, well, I mean, they're
Just
just,
at the time it was made, not necessarily.
yeah,
Like,
it's outdated culture. Yeah, I mean that's a good way to put it.
It is a soft way to put it, but
It is. But and then the other thing about the Warner Brothers app is, okay, so you get that warning and you actually have to click OK to agree that, hey, I read this warning, I agree that I'm going to see some racist shit in this show, and I'm okay with it. Whereas Disney's like, warning, fades away, show.
yeah,
Which
I don't care.
I don't care. But I think that goes back to people not wanting to talk to their kids. There should be warning because there's racist. Now my kid is racist because he watched the show. No, your kid's not racist because your kid's racist because you probably taught him some racist shit. You know?
yeah, they're mad because they can't just leave their kid and watch TV.
Exactly.
Watch TV or
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean, you should watch what your kids are watching.
Yeah,
You should
exactly.
watch TV with them, you know.
And that's always like when it comes to video games, when it comes to violence in movies,
You should play
everything.
the
That's always the ultimate argument. My kid saw this. Well, why aren't you watching what your kid should be watching? You should be monitoring what your kid watches. There's a lot of stuff that I don't let Jasmine watch. I'm not gonna let Jasmine watch Scarface. Like, you know, it's on Netflix. She could easily watch it. I'm not gonna let her watch Scarface.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's things like, and then like there's a whole like even Disney Plus has a kids mode that only allows you to watch certain things. You know, so then you can still filter that even further down.
Yeah.
So monitor your kids. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I don't get why they have to legislate laws. Or there's like these mothers, they want laws to like that that should be their responsibility.
Yeah,
Like it's your responsibility.
that's
It's
exactly
not-
it.
It's not all of our responsibility.
We shouldn't have to suffer because you can't watch your kid.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's the thing. Like I had an article.
Yeah, exactly. I like crude humor.
Yeah.
So just because you can't watch your kid, they shouldn't make any art that is to my liking. Just because you can't watch your kid.
Yeah.
So like,
I wonder why they made the Simpsons wide though, because they didn't do that with like Boy Meets World.
Yeah, there's a couple
I'm
of-
watching Boy Meets World pretty
Yeah,
much.
All you have to do is turn this way.
What do you mean?
You don't go right here. You turn the blacks on the edges.
Yeah, but no. So what they do? What they do?
That's what they do in Boy Meets World.
Yeah,
That's what they do.
they do that on Netflix too. Like when you watch some old, it's blacked out on the corners.
Yeah, but no.
On the left and right, so it's like a square.
Right. They just changed the aspect ratio to how it would be.
No, but so what they do for The Simpsons, they zoom in so the edges are on the side of the screen, the top and bottom get cut off.
Yeah, but that's not how you should do it.
Yeah.
But that's how, like, I don't know. I don't know what
That's
they're
why
doing.
it's just not how it's supposed to be.
It's funny. I wasn't gonna bring the story up, but because we were going on with the whole insensitivity thing and like people wanting like watching their kids and stuff, there was an Arby's in Minnesota. People that their manager, they got shit. So they put a sign on their doors at Arby's that said, "Only well-behaved children who keep their food on their trays and their bottoms in their seats are welcome. If you can't do this, you will be asked to leave. Thanks." So pretty much as Arby's is saying, hey, watch your kids, because if they start getting out of control, we're going to go over to you and ask you to leave. And that's probably going to create a scene, and we don't want that. And you probably don't want that either. But some parents are like, oh, my kids are 4. My kid's 6, and she's been good since she's been like, it's like, watch your goddamn kids. Teach your kids not to jump around.
Well, like these people, they just like
just let them.
Or like they'll be doing their whole own thing while their kids are just doing whatever. They don't correct them or nothing. And
Some
the
parents
they'll be on their phone,
or
they'll be talking to somebody, like talking to their friend while their kids are over here like bothering people, and they're just having their conversation.
Yeah,
and they know their kids there.
Exactly, and they know what their kids doing. Yeah,
They don't give a shit.
Have you ever seen have you ever gone to a McDonald's or any restaurant that especially restaurants that have playgrounds? Go to a restaurant that has a playground and go look at the soda fountain. I guarantee you, if there's a playground in that restaurant, that soda fountain is completely covered with just soda and mess and everything. Because the kids, they're playing and then they go and their parents aren't paying attention to them. And they go with their refills on their drinks and they're just spraying everything. Yeah. Instead of the parents going to get the refills, I guarantee you, watch it. It's a correlation. Notice it's because parents don't watch your kids. This Arby's is tired of freaking having to deal with that shit, so they put a sign up saying, you can't watch your kid, we're going to ask you to leave.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that video of that Russian McDonald's?
The what?
It's a Russian McDonald's. No. Where, I guess, I don't know if the kids were acting up or what, because the video starts, there's one kid, and, he's in a school uniform, and he's mopping, he's, got his face, and one of the McDonald's employees is, slapping the shit out of him. He's pointing, and, slaps him, he drags him over, and, he's making him mop the floor. And then there's some other kids, and you can see the table they're sitting at is kind of messy. So he grabs one of the other kids and gets him and grabs him, he's grabbing him. And he slaps him again, gives him a rag, and makes him start. It's in Russian, so you can't understand, but you can see he's pointing and doing shit. So you can tell he's telling him you got to clean this shit, and he's making the other kid mop. Yeah. So I don't know if those kids were acting up and they made a mess, and this guy was just like, "Fuck it, I'm done," or what, but.
Was the guy who was slapping him a McDonald's employee?
Yeah, he was.
Or was it the dad? And it's no, you got to clean that.
No, it was a McDonald's employee. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know the whole story from that one, but the video I saw was pretty. People are getting tired of that shit. There was something else I was going to say too about that. Can't remember what now. McDonald's, kids. When I was at a furniture store recently, and the guy was telling me about some of the kids, he was telling me the story about because he was complimenting us on how she doesn't jump around, she's not all crazy. He said that one, he specifically gave us the example was this one family came in and they had 6 kids with them, and one or two of them kept what they would do is they would jump literally from coffee tables to the sofas and then back to the car jumping, and on all the display furniture back and forth. And the guy told him, hey, can you ask your kid? So the guy turns, hey, you guys can't do that. And then just goes back.
And they didn't even listen.
And they didn't listen. They just, and it's
I told them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told them to stop. Shit. So, but yeah, I don't get it. But see, it goes back to that. People not wanting to have to deal with their kids.
There should be that policy at, everywhere.
Yeah.
If you're not watching your kids right, you gotta get kicked out. That's just the way it goes. And that's we talk about.
Talk about her being so good. And we're going again.
One more time. So, a new PlayStation 5 patent has come out. Patent. It has been leaked. And it's cartridges.
Okay.
So, people were speculating on what
Cartridges.
these
Cartridges.
first people were saying like they're
Not going to do CDs no more.
PlayStation's coming out with a whole new console. Forget PS5, they're coming out with a whole new console because this concept just got released. Let me see if I can find the picture of them.
It's gonna be a big ass cartridge, and that's where and then it's in the shape of a V, and then you just plug that cartridge into the V of the PlayStation.
So that's
5.
the cartridges that have been. That's the patent. The cartridges. They look old school.
It's like a memory card.
Yeah, but they're big. They're like Super Nintendo cartridges, right?
Okay.
So, but what it turns out, more information has come out about them, like leaked about them, and it turns out they are hard drives.
So you could have
We're talking
The
cartridges.
PlayStation cartridges.
So they're hard drives that you could pull out and put in a different hard drive.
That's what it looks like,
For
and
different games.
people are thinking the other theory is that that's probably why the PlayStation is going to be so much cheaper than initially it was going to be because of these hard drives.
How much are they going to cost?
They're not. We're not sure. There's no.
And how much is each hard drive space?
That's
Because it probably come with one, and it's probably like 30 or something, 30 gigabytes. And then
no. They'll probably be more than
Probably
that.
40 or
terabytes.
50.
Yeah, they'll
1
probably.
terabyte
Yeah.
on that thing?
I'm thinking
On the cartridge?
It's gotta at least be a terabyte.
For
Yeah.
a cartridge?
I think so.
I don't know.
Well, no, because I don't think they're going to be actual cartridges. I think they're going to be hard drives in the cartridge. But they're going to be like because right now, if you say you want
It's
to
supposed to be like an easy way to just
upgrade,
Yeah.
to change out the hard drive.
Yeah.
so you'll be able to add an external hard drive without having to actually take it. Like right now, you're running the external USB. So am I? Did I give you one yet or no?
What?
An external hard drive?
No, not a hard drive.
No. With the external hard drives, though, you're losing a USB port. You got to run it off that hard drive.
Yeah.
Which I can't do because I use both of mine.
Yeah. Well, see, right now that I have the PlayStation VR plugged in, I can't because I have the hard drive, but now I have no open USB ports.
Yeah.
It's like so if I need to resync a card, I have to unplug something.
Yeah, yeah.
So this could be a way to save USB ports, make it easier to actually. So you have your PlayStation with whatever the hard drive space is on it, then to
Or they
add
could've just-
external to it.
Or they could have just added a couple more USB ports.
Well, do you remember the PS4 or PS3 when it came out?
Had 4, right?
The PS3
I think I had 4 USB ports.
it had 4 in the front and it had 2 in the back.
So I had 6. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I do remember that. I do remember.
And that was awesome. And
Yeah,
then
so
the
why don't
PS
they just add a couple more USB
and
ports?
ever since they started doing the Slims, when the PS3 Slim came out, they only had the 2. And then
Why
ever
don't they
since
just
then,
add-
they've been
why don't they
doing
just go back to the 4?
I don't
Instead
know.
of coming up with this cartridge right here.
And I remember, I know there's things like for the PS4 that you can buy. It's like like the fans to help cool it. But it'll connect to the front. It plugs into both of those USBs for power. But then it also gives you 4 USBs.
Ah,
So like it's like a multi-plug.
sweet, bro.
But so that's the PlayStation news right now.
Yeah.
That's they haven't really said much more other than these cartridges coming out.
Or it's probably just something that they're testing out too.
Yeah, I think I like the concept of it
Yeah, if it's implemented right, I mean,
properly. Yeah.
it'll be cool.
Oh, Xbox says they're gonna kick PlayStation 5's ass.
They say that every year.
Xbox said that?
Xbox, Microsoft says. Let me see.
Well, PlayStation says that they're gonna kick Xbox.
Scarlet will kick PlayStation 5's
Well, Nintendo
ass
says
in performance and price.
they're gonna kick everybody's ass.
They say they're gonna beat them in both performance and price.
I don't know how you're gonna beat them in performance if you have the exact same hardware.
Yeah, for the most part, they're the exact same. It says, I would say, learning from Xbox One generation is we will not be out of positioning on power or price. If you remember the beginning of this generation, we were $100 more expensive, and yes, we were less powerful. We started Project Scarlet.
So they're admitting that they.
Yeah, now they're admitting it.
They're admitting that they lost the last one.
Well, I mean, the fucking numbers have proven.
Yeah,
like,
no, but they're
there's
admitting,
no
like-
way they could say.
No, but like every year they're like, we're still going strong.
Yeah.
We're like,
Didn't they say a quote not too long ago that they're doing better than? Remember?
Yeah, they said that. No, I think they said.
Well,
that,
they said that it's not about the number of consoles sold.
Yeah.
And now they're saying like, oh, Next year.
Yeah, we'll get them next time.
Yeah, we'll get them next year.
We're all in on Project Scarlet, and I want to compete. I want to compete in the right way, which is why we're focused on crossplay and backwards compatibility. But PlayStation is already implementing crossplay, and they are like just because their backwards compatibility isn't as expansive. Like Xbox has started on backwards compatibility sooner than.
So this crossplay is not even a big thing to me. Like I could take it or leave it.
Yeah, same here. Just mainly because
I literally haven't even used it.
Yeah, not that I know of. I haven't used it. Mainly because like you guys are on PlayStation, unless like I haven't played Call of Duty.
But you already started using it.
Yeah,
like this last Call of Duty.
Yeah. So I mean, it's something that can be major later on because as PC,
I feel like it's only for Call of Duty right now. Like
really for the most
Fortnite, for Call of Duty and Fortnite,
and then Rocket League. I know that's another major one.
But not that many people play that anymore.
Yeah. So yeah,
it's gonna be for those big crossover titles. That's it. But if you don't even play those crossover titles, then
it's not a big deal to you. Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of PlayStation exclusives aren't those like Last of Us, God of War.
Yeah, like those are the games that I'm gonna play.
Yeah. But they're not. You don't need to. They're not these big online experiences. They're localized.
Uncharted had a dope online.
Yeah, Uncharted had a really good online too. But
I hope they do another. Are they doing another Uncharted?
They are supposedly rumor and speculation.
They're showing Drake a lot on all their.
Well, because they're still. Oh, I have a story about that as a matter of fact.
On all their shit.
They're talking about the movie is getting more in full production as well.
Yeah, so Tom Holland's gonna play, right?
Yes, and Mark Wahlberg is gonna play Sully.
Oh, I like that.
What? No. What? What's the joke? Hey, donkey, you're what was it?
It's a hard mother for me.
Yeah.
Donkey, you're a donkey. I like that. It's a hard mother for me.
I like him as Sully.
Yeah, I can see him as Sully. Marvel Studios says they're going to redeem Hulk following the Avengers Endgame. They're gonna. I don't know if that means he's going to get his own movie, but I guess he's going to have a bigger role and be more.
On what?
Hulk.
On what though?
After they're going to redeem him. After because after Endgame he was kind of like.
They made him a little bitch in Endgame.
Yeah. It's almost as if they heard your rant.
They're gonna redeem him. What did he do? That
I think they're gonna like
other than just being a little bitch.
They're gonna like toughen him back up, make him the badass Hulk that he was instead of being a little punk ass. The Rock announced Black Adam.
It's like remember when Big Show like had a what do you call it? Identity crisis.
Oh yeah.
And he started being like Hulk Hogan. And shit.
Yeah, he's looking at all these different. Yeah.
I
was like, what the fuck?
They didn't even really fight Thanos in Endgame, did they?
No, I don't think he did at all.
I don't think they even came toe to toe at all.
Yeah, in Infinity War was the only time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got his ass beaten.
Yeah.
They never had a rematch.
No. That would have been cool. The Rock announced Black Adam
release date. Thanos is probably going to be back in Loki, right?
Well, no, they're saying, apparently they're saying Thanos is going to be back. They said that he's going to be resurrected and he's going to be back. He's not going to be the major villain anymore, but he's going to be back as a main character.
Yeah, because sometimes he comes back as like a.
Well, I mean, if Loki's
as a partner to the Avengers.
Mm-hmm. If Loki's back,
especially if they go with Galactus, he'll be a good guy.
And one of the things I heard too is because like I know right now they're emphasizing it in Marvel Zombies, and part of the reason they're doing that in Marvel Zombies is because they want to bring that to the big screen. Mm-hmm. Is Galactus as because Galactus he's a celestial being, obviously, but he is he's a being of energy. So when he comes to Earth, you see Galactus as a humanoid. When he goes to the Skrulls, he looks like a Skrull. When he goes to wherever he's going to, those people see him as whatever they are. So like the one.
So you mean he's not always a Death Cloud?
He's not always a Death Cloud. There was one. All
right, let's wrap it up.
There was one in Squirrel Girl where just as out of curiosity, Squirrel Girl threw one of her squirrels up in the air and said, "Tell me what you see." And you see from his view, it's Galactus. He's got the fucking hat and everything, but he's a squirrel. So it's like whatever you are, that's what you see him as. So that's how your mind can perceive him easier. Real quick, just before we wrap this up. So The Rock has announced Black Adam release date is December 22nd, 2021.
That picture of him looked pretty cool.
He looked badass.
I heard that they're gonna make him like edgy, kind of, right?
Well, yeah.
Like he's kind of an anti-hero.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna do it because Black Adam is a villain.
Oh.
So I don't know how they're gonna make him
An anti-hero.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do unless they're gonna change up his story.
It'll probably just be like he's like a relatable. It'll probably be more like he's just like a relatable guy.
Yeah.
Like he does his shit for reasons you could understand.
Yeah.
But it's still like the bad side of Moss.
This is like the first superhero movie that The Rock's gonna be in.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I haven't had any superpowers yet.
Nothing.
Other than just being The Rock.
Other than just being The Rock. Yeah.
Because being The Rock in its own
is
a superpower.
You see he's gonna be Mark Kerr?
He's gonna be who?
Mark Kerr. The Smashing Machine. He was like probably like UFC's first big star.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's gonna play him in the movie. Did you hear his response to Nate?
Oh yeah.
He's like, "That's Nate." Like,
yeah. I mean, Nate didn't say anything bad about it.
No, it just Nate. All Nate said was the Rock could get it too.
He was just like, "Fuck him for being on the other side."
Yeah. Well, but the thing is,
but I like Marvel position stuff.
yeah. Because the thing is for the last fight, Rock was on Masvidal's side, but they're both from Miami. They know the same people. Like they have that kind of connection.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, the wrestling and martial arts training are pretty similar.
Yeah.
Like the guys that know martial arts also train wrestlers too.
Yeah, exactly.
To do the moves, to do theatric versions of real moves.
Real moves, yeah, exactly. So, but I think on that note, we'll go and wrap this up. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/TheRealPressStart, on Twitters @RealPressStart, and on Instagram @TheRealPressStart. Like us, rate us, review us, follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Spreaker, SoundCloud, anywhere you get your podcasts. Like us, rate us, review us, share us with your friends. And on that note, game over. No more questions.